Hello YouTube, in this video we're going to add some sorting layers for our game objects, and then we're going to use the particle system to create a Starfield. Let's get started. First we're going to go to our player laser prefab, and next to sorting layer we're going to add sorting layer. We're going to add 4 layers. The first will be the background layer, then the lasers layer, enemies, and then finally the player layer. And each new layer we add will appear on top of the layers before that, and that's how the sorting layers work. Alright, now if we go to player laser, let's assign it to the lasers layer. Same with the enemy laser. And for the player, we're going to put on the player layer, and both of the enemies will go on the enemies layer. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's go to effects and particle system, and we'll call it Starfield. And then in our assets folder, we're going to create a new material called Starfield. And we'll drag the star sprite into the albedo slot of the material and change shader to particles, then additive. And then in the Starfield particle system, we'll go down to the render tab, and then we'll drag our Starfield material into the material slot. And you'll see that they all change to stars now, which is kind of neat. And in the scene view, we're going to reset the transform and set the rotation on X to 90. We'll drag it up above the screen, and if you drag the little box on the right side, you can make the Starfield wider. So we're going to make it wide as the screen is. And we're going to select pre-warm, which means it'll automatically have the screen populated with the stars when the scene starts. And start speed, we're going to set between 0.1 and 0.5. And start size, we're going to set between 0.05 and 0.1. These are all just a matter of preference. And I'm going to turn the emission down to 5. And to determine the start lifetime, if you go to the particle effect window in the scene view and click on show bounds, it'll show you a yellow box. And this yellow box shows you the lifetime of your particle system. And now all you have to do is drag the start lifetime value until it covers the screen. I like to go just a little bit past the screen. And I'm going to set it to a nice whole number like 25. And in the game view, you can see how it looks. I'm going to change the maximum speed to 1. And now I'm going to prefab my Starfield. And let's take a look at how it looks in-game. Seems to look okay. Except I think the stars are appearing over our objects. So in the Starfield, I forgot to do one thing. In the render tab, we need to change the sorting layer to background. Apply the prefab. Let's test again. Let's zoom in so we can take a look. And the stars are definitely behind the player, so that's what we want. That's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to create a game manager, and that's going to keep track of things like our score and whether or not the game's over. And then we're going to modify our take damage macro to talk to the game manager. So I hope to see you then.